I've been given the mic and been timed for 10 minutes, and so I'll go straight to the point. My presentation is about making of a career in insect-mediated ecosystem services research. I am Mark Otieno, and I'm from the University of Embu in Kenya, from the Department of Water and Agricultural Resource Management. That's why that WORM is there. It's an acronym. Basically, this is how my talk will be structured: an overview of the University of Embu, self-introduction, ongoing projects, collaborations, and future plans, including plans after this workshop. So about the University of Embu, formed back in 1947, right after the Second World War, basically to train students who had finished O-levels into agriculture, and from then it has undergone several transformations up to 2011, where it became a college of the University of Nairobi, offering degree courses under the name Embu University College. And from 2016, we've been fully fledged university. That means independent university under the name University of Embu. And here, facts and figures, we have about 10,000 students, 500 staff, 6 schools and 17 departments, offering 87 programs. We have those schools listed. The green one is agriculture, where I belong. We have 2 departments, Department of Water and Agricultural Resource Management, and Agricultural Economics and Extension. In the school, of course, we are very vibrant and committed to do very high quality research. Apart from just teaching, our faculty are involved in a lot of collaborations across the world, given that we are not very old as a university, but our vision is very clear. We want to really create a name for ourselves. Basically, we have multifaceted programs. We work a lot with communities, and also we run courses for universities both in Europe and also America. They come, they bring students to us, and we co-teach them during the summer. About myself, I've had a very long journey, hence the white hair. So basically, I've been to almost all continents on Earth, trying to do things here and there, so I'll not bore you with that. But just to point out some significant ones, there's a training I received from Israel on sustainable food systems, which is extremely powerful. It has really changed my mentality and how I look at food security issues and sustainable agriculture. I also worked under a very active lab in the UK, University of Reading, and also University of Bristol, as a research scientist on ecosystem services to reduce poverty and vulnerability in East African coffee landscapes. I've run courses. Sorry? This is me. My aim for using this was to motivate young people that no matter how you look, one day you'll make it in life. So that's me, young me. Yes. Okay, so I've done that. I've worked for Tropical Biology Association, running courses in Africa. Mostly I was in charge of Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Ghana, Nigeria, and Madagascar, running tropical ecology courses and conservation there. And then I went to the US, spent 2 years at Pennsylvania State University, working for a USDA project on integrated crop pollination. After that, I became a lecturer and a dean of students for 5 years at the University of Embu. And then I came here for 2 years, from 2019 to 2011, as an experienced research fellow. From there, I went back and became a senior lecturer, where I've been doing a lot of research, have a number of projects going on. So just to let you know, this is what we do. Of course, there's a lot of teaching on courses to deal with entomology, ecology, agroecosystem management, and biostatistics. We also work a lot with farmers in various fields, field teaching. We also inspire students through academic leadership to ensure that we leave a generation that is well informed than ourselves. So basically, these are the projects. These are my research interests. The center one is what is important, is safeguarding arthropod-derived ecosystem services for sustainable food security. And what I focus on is pollination and natural pest control that is delivered by insects. Just want to talk to you about ecosystem services, which are things that we've been hearing since we started this seminar here, and basically aspects of the ecosystems that produce well-being for humans. And here we are dealing with soil formation, clean water provision, crop production, climate regulation, and recreation. And for me, I'm specifically interested in these 2. There's the first items, which are basically fruits that we eat here. If someone can tell me the third one from top, I'll be very happy. Do you know what that fruit is?
Cocoa.
Cocoa, yes, very good. If I have $5, I could have given you now. Yeah, so those are the reliance dependencies on insects to actually produce those fruits. So if we don't have those insects in the system, it means that we will not have all these nice things that we eat for breakfast, for lunch, and whatnot. On the right, this is natural pest regulation in play. So we have predation or predators. We have, of course, the ladybird beetles there, the first one feeding on knuckle, the snails and slugs. It's important, aphids, and also we have parasitoids that lay their eggs on larvae, parasitizes, and that way they control the pests. This is the project I did here, which I'll probably not talk about a lot because of time, but it was basically the factors driving legume pollination in Lower Franconia, Germany. We did quite a lot of work there, ran around a lot of landscapes. I wish I had a pointer here. I would have shown you what I wanted to talk about. Yes, these are fields around, so they are very simple landscapes like this, which has very little biodiversity. They are also very complex landscapes which have a lot of biodiversity, and of course these have a lot of ecosystem services being delivered to the farmlands, so which means we have more yields in this kind of landscapes up there than the ones below. Okay, these are some of the data that is under management at the moment. It's quite a lot of stuff that was collected. Part of the reason why I'm here in Germany is that after this seminar I'll be remaining behind for another 1 month and 1 week to make sure that these papers are written, we submit, and then we plan new projects moving forward. These are some of the ongoing projects. I'm very thankful for various donors who have thought that my lab in Kenya is worthy of funding. So there's one on the functional role of insect pollinators on orphan legume production among smallholder farmers in eastern Mount Kenya. This is funded by the Alexander von Humboldt Foundation. It's just come to an end now. This is part of preliminary data that has come out. We've collected quite a number of bees that are visiting these orphan legumes, specifically the hyacinth beans or black beans or Labla pipereus. So this paper will be coming out hopefully soon once we publish. This is another project that we have just started again on promoting the conservation of the African leopard orchid through management of its pollinator diversity and habitat in Kenya, specifically on Kerio Valley. That road is not a snake, that's a road. And this is the Eastern Rift Valley. It's an amazing landscape. If you can visit Kenya one day, please do. And if you're driving, be very careful because that road, you can't anticipate the corners. But very carefully, yes. So this plant is important because it's an epiphyte. If you don't know, an epiphyte is a plant that grows on another plant. It does not parasitize it. So it uses like a bifurcated branch where there is soil, so it roots there. And that means if that plant, like this leopard only grows on Acacia totilis, not another tree. So that means if Acacia totilis, which the people around there uses it a lot for charcoal production, it means this plant will be extremely threatened. At the moment is endangered, but the population is declining. So that's why the American Orchid Society thought it wise to fund us in this particular project. Is for 1 year. It's just starting now. When I go back now, we'll be going to the Rift Valley to start the pollination. This one, which Michaela has talked about, this is the one that linked us with Annalena, who was bringing the microscope, and it will be used in the project on mutual and antagonists of wild coffee in coastal Kenya and the Taita Hills. We are looking at wild coffee because this is important in terms of germplasm for the cultivated coffee. So this coffee here, we have two species. One is called Coffea fedani and another one is called Coffea pseudo-zangubari. There's also one on COVID-19 that we got through the Center of Excellence for Food Security and Defense from the United States. And this is basically leveraging on lessons that are learned from the COVID-19 among smallholder farmers to build resilience for future shocks in Embu County in Kenya. We can discuss more about it because of time. The final one is a JRS Biodiversity Foundation we just got now. And this is going to be building capacity to conduct baseline wildlife surveys of invertebrates in alpine and montane forest ecosystems in the highest mountains in East Africa. So these highest mountains, this is Mount Kenya here. This is Mount Wenzori in Uganda. This is Mount Kilimanjaro, of course, which most of us here know. And this is Mount Meru. Collaborations, there are many. Most of them are here in Germany, also in Finland. and also in the US and in Argentina. And those are some of the meetings we've been having around. The future plans, of course, is to form more networks and collaborations, very, very important. And again, as an academic, I need to move up to professorship position. So through all these activities, I think that's a good vision to have. Here is networking, of course, and gaining deeper understanding of global issues, and I think this seminar has achieved that. And finally, I thank you very much, and I'm also again telling you that it does not matter. Trust the process as a researcher, you will somehow get there. This was in Amani Nature Reserve in Tanzania with students. We're teaching at an international course. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.